Welcome once again to the Weird Lone Girl Podcast. I'm your host, Frank Ray, in the house. And of course, we have the Weird Lone Girl, Katie Lewis, with us. And there she is. Look, me, weird always. That's what she's got. And of course, we have our guest today, Yvonne Aiavao. Big round of applause for Yvonne Aiavao. And Yvonne, I'll give everybody kind of a quick snapshot of who you are and why we've got you on the podcast, because we love to get agents on the podcast that are kicking butt, and you're doing it. So Yvonne has been in the biz for about 7 years, which is pretty young, really kind of new to have the numbers that you're posting. And speaking of numbers, in 2022, Yvonne did 31 units. That's pretty doggone nice. Big, hey, Katie, what do you say? Big applause, right? Right. So far this year, she's swinging 7 closed deals. She closed one today. She's got pending. She's just on fire, El Fuego, as it were. So just kicking butt. And she's working with Keller Williams Green Valley Partners in the Green Valley area here in Northern California. Did I sum that up pretty good, Yvonne?
Yeah, pretty good.
Pretty on spot. All right, good enough. Well, Yvonne, just to keep things rolling along, keep things going nice and smooth, Katie, what's the first question?
All right. Question number 1. What strategies have been most effective for you in generating leads and closing deals?
Yeah. You got a fave?
All right. So this is good because there are a lot of different strategies. There's different forms of lead generation, right?
Yeah.
And you're always trying to figure out what is the best one. What can I do? For me, I'll say it's relationships. It's building relationships with my clients. So it is basically, I try to do a really good job. I don't try, I do.
Yes.
I do a really good job for my clients, and I just make sure that I service them as best that I can. And then hopefully they love what I've done for them so that they just rave about me to all their friends and their family. And then I get referrals from my clients. But it all starts with building those relationships. I think that's that's key for me. So.
Can I ask you this?
Mm-hmm.
So this is awesome, right? So we've got the relationship, we've got the transaction, doing a fantastic job, and of course going for the referral, awesome, right? Is there anything though that like to find the client? Is there, outside of the referral, is there any other type of marketing strategy you do that, like, some people buy leads, some people put ads on shopping carts, whatever, anything like that you do?
So definitely, I think though, there's not just one, because you need more than one form of lead generation, right?
Yeah.
So of course, referral is my number one source that I go for. But you can also advertise online, right? And that's a whole different ballgame. You need to actually know how to convert leads online. Open houses though. Open houses are great. And actually one of my first clients was a referral, right? So that was great. But after that, like, to get clients that I didn't know that weren't referred to me, I just went back to the basics. I did open houses. And open houses to me, like, you go, it's great. Like, you're there for 2 or 3 hours anyway. So you sit, you talk to people, you meet people, and it's about relationships. They leave feeling like they know you. And then, my first couple of transactions, like I said, my first one was a referral. The next 2 were from an open house, one open house.
And you got 2.
I got 2 from one open house. And one of them, she told me she had a realtor. And I was like, cool, like, I'm not here to try to take anyone's business. But I still talk to her, because a lot of times you go into an open house and agents, they're like, oh, you have a realtor, and then they just start doing their work and they let you go off and do it yourself. I'm not like that. I'm there for a reason, and I'm going to be there, so I will sit and still talk to you. And so I told her, if there's anything, if it doesn't work out, I'm here. I'm here. Give me a call. I'd be happy to help you. And about 2 weeks later, she called me and she told me that it didn't work out and she'd like me to help her. And I helped close her deal. And actually, that was very sad. That was it just felt really good, right? To have gotten it like that way. Again, I didn't try to steal anybody from anything.
No.
I was authentic. I was myself. And I was like, good luck to you. And she called me. And then my second one as well, he came in, he started talking to me, and it was, again, the same open house. And I actually, last year, he's he and his family are amazing. He and his wife are amazing, and they told me I'm their realtor for life. Last year, I sold their house for them, and I helped them buy like their dream home.
How cool, man.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Yeah. So open houses, I would say, go, but don't just do them to do them. If you're going to go and actually talk to the people coming through.
Let me ask you this. So at your open houses, and first of all, I'm going to say I love this answer very much, but I would ask you this. So the open house, at your open houses, you talk to people, they register, if you will, they sign in, you've got some contact information. How do you follow up pretty well with that? Or, because I know a lot of times that just gets kind of left on the floor.
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people don't even really do it, but are you pretty good about it? Or
follow-up is a struggle, I think, for any agent, no matter what. Like, you have to have like the systems in place, and obviously when you're first starting, you're tweaking things because you think you have the right system in place, but you don't exactly. But yes, I do follow up. I do have a follow-up plan that I use.
Good. Yeah.
You have to call them, you have to text them, and hopefully you've had enough of a conversation with them at the open house to know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
So when I reach out, I'm reaching out with something of value. I'm like, hey, I listened to you. I heard you said this is what you're looking for in the area you're looking for. And here you go. This is what I found. Right. So really listening to them at the open house, really listening
Nice.
to meet them. So yes, and follow through is number one.
Numero uno. I love it.
If you do a really good job, though, they follow up with you.
Yeah. Ooh, love it.
Right?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
right?
baby.
That's why I told you she's awesome. One of my first clients that I got, not by referral. One of my first clients that I got, she was from the open house, and she followed up with me. Right?
Nice.
Because she had an agent. She had someone she was working with.
Yeah. That's the thing too, even though, so when you're right. So when someone comes in and they say, oh, I'm working with an agent. And then, like you said, a lot of times, an agent will say, okay, and move on. But we don't know, what that relationship really is. When they say I'm working with an agent, it might've been, I inquired on a property on realtor.com. An agent called me, I had a brief conversation, and now I'm working with an agent, and that might not necessarily be a true, genuine relationship that they have going on. And then they try to reach back out to said agent, and then they don't get any response or something like that. And then therefore, so yeah, I appreciate what you're saying. You're not trying to steal anybody, but you're still giving them the time of day while they're there. You're still being engaging and answering their questions and that type of a thing, because you don't know what's really going on behind the scenes.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You're treating them as if they were a client, because they could potentially be one day. You never know, because it might not work out with other people.
It might not work out with other people, and you're there. And honestly, too, though, if you think about it, like, so even if I'm doing an open house for another agent, right, which I was at the time, it wasn't my listing, I had just started. The seller trusted that agent to try to sell their property. That agent trusts me to go there and represent them. And so I need to go and still do a good job, right? Because that agent told, basically the seller trusts them to pick someone who's gonna, I can't just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go do an open house and be on my computer all day, like making
right.
Right? Like, and one thing, it's just about open houses. One thing I will tell you I do not do, I never sit down. Ever. Like, I never sit down. Especially if the seller's still living there, it's just awkward to be sitting on someone's couch when I'm working, right? But even if it's staged, even if it's obviously if it's vacant, I'm going to sit on the floor, but I never sit down. I'm always up. I'm always moving. I'm always finding something to do.
Always ready.
Always ready, because the minute you sit down and get comfortable, what are you going to do when someone walks in? You go, get up and get
Excuse
off.
me. I was just napping here.
That's my job. Right.
So I never do that. And I a lot of agents, like, they'll use the time to, like, write note cards or, like, look up homes or have their computer out. But I'm kind of weird about that too. I don't do it, because if someone comes in and I want to show them the house and then someone else shows up, then my computer's just sitting there on the countertop. I'm just so.
Yeah, you're right. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Awesome. Great answer. Let's get on to question number 2, Katie. What's next?
Okay. Question number 2. Do you have a niche that you use in your marketing? Niche,
whatever you want to call it.
Tomato.
Yeah. So actually, I thought about this, and I don't feel that I have like a niche.
Yeah.
But I will say that, and I don't know if it would be considered one, but I work with a lot of VA buyers. Buyers.
Yeah.
And so I do feel like that's a specialty of mine. Like I do, I'm in Green Valley, I'm in Solano County, so I'm very close to Travis Air Force Base. And so I have a lot of clients who are military. And I am a certified military relocation professional too. So
From NAR, yeah.
Yeah. But I wouldn't say it's a niche. I enjoy helping VA buyers, and a lot of agents are not, they don't have like the experience or the knowledge with it, and they kind of don't, I find, educate their sellers very well, because a lot of times, I don't know, I mean, you're loan officers, you understand like the loan process for VA, it's really not as complicated as some agents make it seem sometimes. Right? And I feel like if they were more educated and they worked more with this type of buyer, that they would understand. And so I feel like that would be kind of a niche, but more of a specialty.
So what drew you to that? Was it because you're close to the base? Yeah. Or did something draw you to it?
It's a little bit of both. It's because I'm close to the base, so you're going to end up working with a military buyer, right? But I do also have a family that's my husband served in the military. My two younger brother-in-laws, one, he's still in the Army, and they both serve. So, and I have a lot of friends who've served in the military as well. So it's always good to help.
Me too, sister. U.S. Navy, 1980 to 1986. My husband
was in the Navy. I wasn't going to say which branch, but yeah.
Heck yeah, Navy man. Woo. Yeah, way to go. Yeah.
Yeah,
awesome.
He was in the Navy. He's basically a doctor.
Yeah, that's what I tell people.
Right.
I was in the Navy, so I'm basically a doctor.
Well, it's fun because my little brother-in-laws are in the Army, so one's still in the Army, one's in the Army, and it's fun to have them have their Army, Navy, like conversations.
Yeah, battles. Yeah. Sure. Yeah, good stuff.
I call them conversations, but yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, great stuff. Cool. What's the next question, Katie?
Okay, question number 3. What's your favorite marketing method or platform?
Okay. All right. So believe it or not, I'm not that, marketing is not my number one thing that you're not like, wow, this chick just markets the hell out of things. Like obviously for, my clients for listings and things, but as far as myself, I do have, obviously I have Facebook, I have Zillow, I make sure I have an online presence, right? So I have Twitter, I have all of the things that you should have, but
standard package.
Package. I have that. I just don't really do a ton. I think I mentioned this to you guys, like I'm not big on like video. I'm just like, but I will say that my kids, they're both adults now, but they're so obviously they're still my kids, right? They were like, Mom, you have to get on TikTok. Like I go on TikTok and I look at real estate and just to look at the real estate. So you have to get on TikTok. And I fought it for so long. And then I started, my daughter finally was like, we're doing this. And she made a TikTok, but it was for Biggie, my little dog.
Okay.
And Biggie sells homes because he already had his own Instagram, right?
Okay.
So they made him a TikTok. She made him a TikTok. And I started playing with it, and it was so much fun. So I actually hid behind the scenes of my marketing on TikTok. And Biggie was like the star of it. And so I really got into it, and it was actually a lot of fun. But unfortunately, since he passed, it's been a little bit hard to get on TikTok, but I have to get back on because I actually had fun with it.
Was it video stuff? Is that what you're doing?
Stuff, yeah. I made him little videos. If you go on Biggie Sells Homes on TikTok, you'll see he had one like in a listing, he's walking around the house in the listing and there's a few that he's had, and obviously. Did it
do well for you? Like, did you get some response?
But I enjoyed it.
It was just fun, right? It was good. It was fun.
And so, but I honestly think in everything, if you're having fun and you enjoy it, over time, it's going to get bigger, right?
Yeah.
Like obviously I didn't have a lot of time with it, but just from when we started it and when he passed, but I felt like, every time he got a little follower, I was so excited, like,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're like 40, right?" But I feel like if you're enjoying it and you're having fun over time, I think, I mean, obviously I wasn't looking to make that my business, right?
Right.
But I enjoyed it, and I would post his TikToks, right?
Yeah.
But otherwise, for marketing, I don't really.
There's not like some favorite platform. It was TikTok for a minute because it was fun, but there's not.
It was fun, yeah.
Yeah, but there's no like this is my Huckleberry marketing platform.
Yeah.
Not really. You just kind of do it all, right? You're out there. You have your presence. You're there.
Yes, I make sure I have my presence. I try to be fun. And I do see, like, when I do like videos and stuff, I get more of a response because you actually see me, right?
Yeah.
You get to see my personality and who I am, but I just have to get more into that.
Yeah, well, but you're doing okay. So you're doing fine.
Okay, I'm doing okay.
You're doing all right. Yeah, you're on track. You're meeting your goals, and that's what's all about, right?
Exactly. I'm growing and I'm meeting my goals. So.
All right, cool. Good to know. Good to know. All right, what's next, Katie?
Well, I need to get a dog. That's what's next.
Yeah, right.
My marketing, I need to get a little companion.
Yeah.
Okay, question number 4.
Mm.
Can you share a specific example or story of a challenging transaction you navigated successfully and what you learned from that experience?
Kind of know what we're talking about there? Like one of those, I can't even believe this is happening right now on this deal. And then, but you got through it.
Yeah. Because not every transaction, but a lot of transactions, they all have their difficulties, right?
Moments.
Their moments, and you make your way through them. But yes, I do understand, I think, the question.
Yeah.
So yes, I actually had one a few years ago. It was a listing that I had, and my seller, she had an adult daughter, and I don't believe her daughter wanted to sell. Lived with her. And at the very beginning, it was fine. It was great. Obviously, I got the listing, and but then over time, like, even again at the very beginning, she was just exhibiting behavior and things she was saying and to me. I could tell she was not in it. She didn't want to do it, but she was pretty much trying to put things on me. And so I actually, for a moment, I thought to myself, I don't know, like, should I move forward with this? And I went to a colleague of mine who's actually a really good friend. And I said, this is what's happening. And, she had the nerve to say, like, she said, I don't think you can even sell this property, right? And I was like, whoa, like, we're not even on the market yet,
Yeah.
And my colleague, she said, do you think you can sell it? And I was like, yeah, I can sell it, right? I have faith in my abilities. I do. I feel like I do a good job, like, for my clients. And she's like, well, then why are you going to let her pretty much dictate, this transaction and tell you that you can't do it? And I said, you're right. I'm going to move forward. It was hell. She would yell at me. She would belittle me. She would say things to me, and I had to deal with her. And it was hard. It was mentally exhausting. And I personally really care about my clients. I really care about doing a good job. So when someone's telling you that you're not, so you're doing, your best, and really there's no reason for them to even come up with these things, it's hard. And so at the end of that transaction, did I sell it? Yes. Did I sell it for above what they were even hoping for? Yes. But was it worth it? I don't think so. Mentally, it just wasn't worth it for me. It just really kind of dragged me, like that transaction just kind of dragged me down a little. And so now, if I feel in the very beginning, this isn't a good fit, I can't, I don't want to put myself through that again. I just say no. I don't pursue it. And
I love it. That's a great answer, and a great thing to learn. A great lesson for everybody.
Sometimes you got to take care of your mental health first too, right? Because if you're not at your best, you can't be at your best to take care of your clients.
Right. So how well could I be helping my other clients?
Right. If you're
the job I was doing, who appreciated, who saw the work that I was putting in, how well could I really have been doing for them when I have someone in the back just saying things.
Yeah, just barraging.
Yeah, my God, it was very, again, it was mentally, and when you really care about your clients and you care about your performance and the job that you do, people say, oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, it's fine. Just don't listen to what they're saying. But when you care, it does matter.
Yeah, you take it personally, right?
Exactly. When and really you shouldn't take it personal, but you do.
All right, Katie, next question. What do we got?
All right, next question. How do you stay organized and manage your time effectively?
Yeah, Miss did 31 deals in 2022. Yeah, you stay organized. I
stay organized. So calendars. I have multiple calendars, and I'm very old school. I write things down. I have a written calendar. I have a calendar right here in my office, with the dry erase board. I write everything down. So I have multiple calendars all over. I have even right here that I have a screen that plays my calendar over time blocking for what I'm supposed to be doing for the day.
Really?
So so I have calendars everywhere, and I still sometimes don't get done with everything, but I try. And so because that is something that's hard for me, just calendar time blocking, because I am a very reactive person, right? So I want to get things done fast. My client asks me a question, I want to answer it right away, right? Even though I'm supposed to be working on something else, and I can probably wait an hour or so, right? I'm very, I want to get things done right now. So I make sure to have my calendars. I have a book that I write everything down. I have them for every year, that I've been in sales, and I just write everything down. I like to, in order to stay organized, write down the things that I have to do. So if I have, I have to pick something up, I write it down, and I love the little red Sharpie marking it off. Say, done. Those people that write things down that they've already done just so they can mark it off.
Yeah.
That's you.
That's me. I do that.
Yeah.
It just feels like
I'll have already done it, and then I'll write it down just so I can go, well, I did that, so I'm going to write it down and check
because
it out.
At the end of the day, when you're doing your calendar for the next day, right? You don't want to look and go, well, what I do today, right?
Right. Where did my time go?
Yeah. Where did all the time go? Yeah. So, and I'll adjust my calendar throughout the day as well. So even if I time block things, if something goes a little over or something gets moved, I adjust it because I want to be able to look back and be able to say, what did I do on Monday? What did I do on Monday? Here's a project that I wanted to start. I haven't started it yet. It's Thursday. Why haven't I done it this week? And then I go back and I look, I go, okay. Last minute, maybe I had to show properties. Last minute, maybe I had to do something. It's on my calendar. So I can go, okay, I didn't just blow that off.
Do you have assistants or anything like that help keep you on track? Or
so actually I have a transaction coordinator, and I hired a virtual assistant not too long ago, but I have to time block the training of my virtual assistant, and I haven't done that yet. So he's been very helpful. He's helped me with different things, but I've not, I haven't yet really utilized in the way that I should. Yeah, but I know that with the volume that I'm getting at and the production that I'm getting, that I do recognize that I need some help.
Be better to get some help.
Yes. Yeah. You have to be able to deliver. And so I actually have someone in our office. She's great. She's not really I don't have a team, so she's not on my team or anything, but she's, she will show homes for me. So it's almost like a showing agent. So she'll show homes for me. And I've been leveraging that. Right. And it's been nice because I can't be everywhere. I can't be working on a contract and showing a home all at 2:00. Right. So I've been leveraging that quite a bit. So I'm getting better at that.
All right, Katie, what's next? What's up next?
You're really going to love this question. What's your favorite technology?
Oh my God, that wasn't on the list.
I know. Surprise.
Oh, that wasn't on the list.
Well, just curious, do you have something that you use? Is there something that you rely on a lot or anything like that you find this is my go-to thing that I like, that I use? CRM or something, anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, I use, so I don't know if you guys are familiar with Brian Maffini.
Oh, big time. I was a Brian Buffini coach back in the day.
Okay, so I do Buffini.
Yeah.
And I really feel like it does align with kind of, you know, the whole thing where I'm like with relationships and everything.
Of course.
I think it's a good fit for me. And so his CRM, referral maker.
Oh, he's got one. I didn't know he had one.
Oh yeah.
It's been a long time since I was in Bimini.
Okay, so it's referral maker. I love it. But we also, like with Keller Williams, we have Command, which is also a great tool. Like you can do so much in it, but I'm more of a basics, right? There's so much you can do in Command, which luckily my virtual assistant knows Command, so he'll be able to like really help me with that. But the CRM for referral maker is just so easy to use. It's just so easy to use. So I love it. It's like, everything's right there for you. So yeah. So that would
I mean, what is it? It just helps you keep track of all your people and where they are and like buckets. Like I know these people are these people, this person's this person, this person, this. Yeah.
What you're supposed to do like weekly, it tracks how many touches I've had on you know, a client or someone in my CRM. It tracks all of that for me. So I'm able to see the history and know, like, you know, when was the last time I contacted them? What was the last item of value that I sent to them? When was the last time we had coffee? It just tracks all of that for me. So
how much is it? How much is that thing?
I do, like, they have a whole like system, right?
Yeah.
So the CRM by itself, though, I want to say it's like $50 a month or something.
So it's reasonable.
Yeah. It's very reasonable. Like, and I've been using it since the very beginning, so I know it inside out. So it's just easy for me.
Very cool. See,
user friendly. I love
very user friendly, and I just all of the bells and whistles and stuff. I can't, you know.
Sometimes it's too overwhelming, right? Some of those systems.
Yeah.
Good basic. I love it.
Well, that's one of the things when you get a piece of technology that's got too much. It's like, what are you going to do this week? Well, I'm going to try and figure out this technology for a week. And in the meantime, I haven't called anybody. I haven't done any real prospecting. Because I'm sitting here trying to figure out this piece of technology, right? So making it easy. You did say when we asked that question that your virtual assistant does things. So you have a VA. What does your virtual assistant do for you?
Well, we actually just started working with him.
Okay.
So it's only been about a month, and so far he's helped me create like I'm going to be doing an event, a community event, and he's helped me like with the flyer. He's helped me. Command has like campaigns and stuff to keep in contact with like people, like prospects.
Yeah.
He helped me put that together. But
is he overseas?
Yes, he's overseas.
Okay. Yeah, good enough.
But so far it's been great. I also have someone, actually, I think that I have someone who comes in. She's in high school. She's a senior in high school. She's going to be graduating. I'm going to Reno. So, but she comes in. She's leaving me. She comes in and she helps me with, like, I do pop buys and note cards and things like that. She'll come in and help me with those types of things. And she's just awesome.
Awesome.
So I'm very happy for her and her success. Getting into college and graduating, but
yes,
darn.
But dang it, yeah,
Darn it.
Good stuff. Well, that was awesome. What's next, Katie?
Good questions. Okay, do you get repeat business and or referrals from past clients? I think we already did.
Pretty much, yeah.
And if so, how do you stay top of mind with your database?
Yeah.
Okay.
Top of mind.
So basically, as I mentioned, I do pop buys because I have my assistant who comes in. She comes in and helps me with them. So I do pop buys. Like, I like to drop things off for Mother's Day, for Father's Day. I also do mailings. I'll send out like St. Patrick's Day. We send out like scratchers and stuff to my clients, and try to do like client events. So I have like client parties and stuff that I'll invite my clients to. And then I also have obviously a monthly newsletter I mail, and then an email that goes out as well. And then I do home anniversary cards, just let them know that I remember them and I'm thinking of them.
You do a lot.
I got a quick question.
Yeah.
Sure.
When you say you do pop buys, are you popping by like past clients' homes, or are you visiting other people in the industry, title people, loan officers? Who are you visiting when you do these pop buys?
My past clients.
Past clients? Okay.
Yeah. So
do you give them a heads up, or you just show up?
So I don't give them a heads up. I do just show up, and I a lot of times, I'll leave it and I'll just take a picture and send them a quick text and just let them know that I came by. Because I guess I should like knock. Sometimes I do catch them at home, and honestly, that's great. It's amazing because it's a great way to catch up with your client. It's a great way to know what's going on. I pop by and it's like, whoa, who's that baby?
Yeah.
Where'd that come from?
Wow.
So it's actually great. It's a great way to stay in touch with them and let them know you're thinking of them, and then also catch up. So so I do both. I don't let them know ahead of time, but if they're home, they'll come out because everyone has a Ring camera now. There's no hiding.
Right. Yeah.
They'll open the door and like I said, it's happened a couple times with I just had one last year and they just had a baby, or they're having a baby. So so
good
great.
stuff. Great stuff. Excellent. All right, Katie, what's up?
All right. What advice would you give to new or average producing agents looking to increase their success in the industry?
Think more new kids. You were a new kid once.
Newbies.
Yvonne. Yeah. What would you tell a new kid today? Like, I'm getting in. What do I do? Like, what would you say? Start here, man.
Where do you get going? Yeah. Where are you start?
I would say, I would tell them, don't do this because you heard you can make a ton of money in real estate. Don't do this because you're like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm just going to make a ton of money. Don't do it for that reason. It's because a lot of people with real estate, I find, like, you can't just go into just any job and just say, I'm going to sell this and I'm going to be the top person. I'm going to make so much money. I feel like my advice to them would be go in. Obviously, the obvious is work hard, know the industry, do your homework, study the market, and just constantly learn and constantly grow, but come from a place also of wanting to like give and wanting to do good for your client. Like, come from that place, because this is most likely the biggest transaction of their lives, right? And they are trusting you to guide them through this, right? It's not like it's not like they're just going in and buying, no offense to anyone who sells handbags, but they're not just going in to buy a handbag. They're trusting you to help them, guide them through this process. So really come in from a place of really wanting to help and really wanting to see this through and help them get that the process done and buy the house or sell the house or whatever it is that they're doing, because it's not just about the money. And if you take care of your clients and you really care, it'll happen, because they'll know. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever met realtors that just do it for the money and they're just transactional. That can't, I mean, I'm sure there are some people out there that can't last forever, though. To me, it's all about relationships to me. And if you're genuine and you're authentic and you're real, then your clients see that.
Love it.
And so do that. Don't say, oh God, I can't wait to make, however much money, is what success is to them. But like, do it because you care, and it'll come back.
Love it. Good stuff, man. Great answer. What's next, Katie?
I love the word authentic. Working with authenticity. I love that. That's a great answer. Yes.
Can I say, like, so I was in the previous industry I was in before. I was in for over 20 years. And when I became a sales assistant, I was a sales assistant for the top producer in the company, which is what you want to do. You want to learn, right, from the best, right? And she was such a good person. She had such a good heart. And I remember when I went into sales, unfortunately, she had cancer and it had come back. And so I was really just helping her, like, with her clients and everything. But then when I went into sales myself, I remember calling her and telling her I'm so nervous, right? Because I never thought I was a salesperson, right?
Right.
And so I remember telling her, oh my God, I'm so nervous. Like, I got to go. And this is people I've never met before. And she's like, be yourself. And I remember her telling me that, and I hear it sometimes, like, just be yourself, and they'll love you because I love you. Don't worry about it. You go in and you just be yourself. Don't go in trying to sell something. Like, obviously you have a job to do, right? And obviously you're trying, but you're not, just go in and be you. And she was a top producer, right? She was very kind of like hippie like. She's not what you would like expect. She had these gray dreadlocks, and she was herself. And she took care of, like, she would go out and come back with lunch. It was a printing industry I was in. She would buy lunch for the entire plant, everybody. And just on a Tuesday, because she felt like it, because she wanted everyone to know she appreciated them. And so that's where I come from. That's where I learn from. And so that's the mentality that I have. Like, you go in, you be yourself, and you care about what you're doing.
Love it. So great. Good stuff.
All right.
Oh, yeah, Kate.
What areas do you currently serve?
So I actually serve all over the Bay Area. I'm primarily in Solano County because I do live, and my office is in Green Valley. But I do service the entire Bay Area and even beyond. Like, I've also gone to Sacramento. I have a client right now in Lincoln. So I do, but service, I'll go into San Francisco, go into Contra Costa.
Awesome.
All right. And what's the best way for someone considering buying or selling a home in the areas that you serve to reach you? So best way to reach you.
So they can email me. Do you want me to give you my email address?
Yeah, give us your number and email, contact info for anybody who's watching this. Like, I want to work with Yvonne.
Oh my God. Okay. So it's they can email me at Agent Aiavao, which is AIA, V like Victor, AO @gmail.com. I've practiced that a few times, said it a few times, right? And they can call me at 415-215-3954, or they can text me at the same number. Or I love candygrams. They can send me a candygram.
Who doesn't?
All right. Yeah.
I don't even know what that is.
Okay. There's no such. I don't think they really have candygrams out there. But if someone showed up at my door with candy and a note like, "I'd like to work with you," I call.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. You guys got me kind of like, what? What is this?
You don't know
candy.
Candygram?
Yeah. Huh?
You don't know
Candygrams exist. You can send candy to someone.
Can you send candygrams?
Really?
Yeah. Oh, that would be awesome then. Yes. The best way is by candygram.
There you go.
I'm just kidding.
I love it. All right. Well, Yvonne, thanks so much for being on the podcast. It was really, really cool, very informative, and your answers were outstanding and just really great. I know it's going to help a lot of agents out there. And of course, if you're looking to buy or sell in the areas that Yvonne serves, man, get a hold of her. Obviously, you're dealing with a top-notch agent, just a wonderful, wonderful person. And also, if you need to be pre-approved, or if you're an agent that needs a pre-approval, don't forget us, the Weird Loan Girl. We're with Texana Bank, Katie and I. We live in all 50 states. We have on-time closings, superior communication, and unprecedented follow-up. You can reach us at 707-220-1444. So with that, we'll get on out of here. Yvonne, thanks so much.
Thank you.
That was great. And for the rest of y'all, we'll see you here next time on the Weird Loan Girl podcast. We'll see you.
Bye.
We always end with a joke.
Okay.
All right. So Katie, what's the joke?
What do you call a funny mountain?
Funny mountain? I don't know.
Hilarious.
God. Oh, God. Oh, you.
So what do you think, Yvonne? Scale of 1 to 5. How good was that joke?
I'm gonna tell it to my husband so he can put it in his dad joke.
So we left you with something of value.
Yeah, it was something valuable. Yeah.
That in your back pocket.
All right. Well, good enough.